Hello, 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 everybody. Today I'm gonna be reacting to the video titled "America Wants You in Debt Forever" by Smart Money Bro. So basically, in this video, he covers how basically a system operates, right? So um, I got a couple things to say about the title of the video. I don't think it's only about the United States. I think it's about any other country, right? Countries collect interest on your debt. It's the only reason people keep on working. A lot of people got debt, and a lot of people got debt for stupid reasons possible. All right, let's start watching his video.
Look, America wants us in debt. America wants to keep us in debt. Us being in debt is the only thing that keeps the machine going, keeps
Yes,
us as a cog in that hamster wheel
yes,
constantly going. America
absolutely.
expects you to spend money that you don't have. It needs you to spend money that you don't have. It keeps everything working and flowing like America wants it to flow. Guys, on this quick video, I want to give you my take on debt, right? One of the reasons is because I keep running into people either in the comment section of my videos or even through email that ask me or they make a statement about the fact of debt. Is debt bad? Is this debt good? Is this debt bad? Should I keep this debt? Should I not? And it seems like there's a lot of people that believe that we're always supposed to be in debt. And debt is just what we're supposed to be in. And
Yeah, I've met a lot of people, even my coworkers, uh, who have lots of huge debt. And also there is media, the same called media, who always push this narrative that the debt is good, which is not. Stay out of debt, okay? Having debt is not a good thing. It always holds you back. And plus, um, and there is people who say there is a good debt and there is a bad debt. For example, there is a if you are planning on buying assets, income generating assets, real estate, or something else, having debt is not bad. But I think this advice can be harmful sometimes because, a lot of people are just basically irresponsible. That is why I'm saying that if you want like general advice, stay out of debt, okay? It's just like basic one, economics 101. Stay out of debt. Spend less money that you earn. Spend less money that you earn than you earn. It's basic rule. I don't think that especially in media, there are a lot of personalities who say like, get in debt. It's okay. It's a bank's responsibility. No, it's not. It's a bullshit. It's a blatant lie. Stay out of debt. Stay out of debt because that is something that will hold you back.
you can't always get out of debt. You're always going to have some type of debt, and car debt is okay, right? All these different theories.
Car debt is the dumbest type of debt. Car debt is on, it's stupid. Car debt is stupid. The only reason, the only one and only reason that is, understandable to get a loan is health reasons. Your health or health of one of your family members, right? If you got cancer, of course you'll get into debt because there is no other way around it, right? Especially if your insurance doesn't cover that. Um, you should stay out of debt unless it's about health, right? Student loan is stupid. Car loan is stupid. Um, consumer debt is stupid. If you planning on uh, if you plan on buying something that 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 doesn't, it's just basic generic. If you want to buy a generic stuff, it's stupid. Stay out of debt. Stay out of debt.
About debt. So I just want to have a quick conversation with you about debt and give you my beliefs on debt in terms of personal debt and what I think, right? So here's the deal. In my opinion, yes, there's a such thing as good debt and bad debt.
But a lot of people are irresponsible. That is why all that are bad, unless it's about health. Unless it's about health, every type of debt, basically any type of debt is bad because a lot of people are irresponsible, right? Don't get into debt unless it's about your health. Again, a lot of people are responsible, and I think we cannot give generic advice like we cannot give people advice, but we don't know a lot of, um, we don't know if person is responsible or not. Man, just simply stay out of debt. It's just like common sense.
I like to say it's more like tolerable debt versus intolerable debt.
Yes, still people are irresponsible. Uh, some people can pile up, huge debt and still be tolerant to debt, still be tolerant to the position they're in.
Right? So, in my opinion, if you have debt on something that is increasing in value, cool, right? If you have debt on something,
Certain things you cannot predict. For example, um, there was a type of real estate, real, uh, certain real estate, certain residential properties were in good, prices of those assets been um, increasing, and next thing you know, the whole neighborhood, something happened. A lot of situation might happen. Somebody been murdered in the neighborhood, and the value of houses just you know tanked, and you basically got the debt and no value in your houses. That is why you cannot predict a lot of stuff, especially in economics. But again, there is a saying in investing. Uh, old, I forgot the whole thing, but something along these lines. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Again, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. It's just like basic rule of investing, right? Uh, Even if you think that this asset will increase in value, it doesn't. There is no guarantee. There is no such thing as a guarantee in investing. That is why I say I will say it again. Stay out of debt. You never know this whole thing. Uh, There are a lot of things might change in the future. That is why it's unpredictable sometimes.
going down in value, not cool. For example, you got you a 2022 Toyota Camry, right? A car. 2022 Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, Chevy, whatever you got. It's a car. Bad debt, in my opinion.
Yes, it's bad debt because cars lose in value, especially if you buy brand new cars, right? I heard somebody saying that once you buy brand new car, once you leave the place where you, once you leave the official dealership, your car immediately loses 30% in value. I'm not quite sure if the number is accurate, but you get the point, right? Once you buy brand new car from the official dealership, once you leave the dealership, your car loses 30% of its original value, right? Minus 30%, right on spot, right on the spot, minus 30%. So that is why I think car debt is stupid, ridiculously stupid.
Now, if you got debt on something that's going up in value, like a piece of real estate, I'm
Yeah, but you cannot predict that.
cool with it because in 5 years, that
Again, you know what's happening in commercial real estate since the pandemic. A lot of people working from home, and a lot of commercial real estate lost value, huge value, because I'm not saying every company, but majority of companies uh, are now okay with people who work from home. I know big corporations sometimes there is a return to office policy, but still majority of company are okay with the employees working from home. Okay, so that is why commercial real estate in general value has tanked, right? It lost its value. It's lost its original value. So such thing you cannot predict. Plus, there is a macroeconomic factor. You don't know the things. You wouldn't even know about the things. Again, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. That's what's happening.
That $300,000 home or that $300,000 commercial office.
I'd rather, okay, I'd rather buy farmland. I'd rather buy a farm. Yeah, you would still need huge amount of money, but in general, farms are great assets in real estate. Yeah, it's real estate, right? But it's not like classic real estate, like commercial, residential real estate. But farm is still real estate, but it's different kind of real estate. Unlike commercial or residential real estate, farms have, have better ROIs. That is why I think farms are better than residential or other types of real estate. Farms are far greater. Yeah, but you still need huge amount of money. I wouldn't. I don't think that banks will give you a loan just to buy a huge farms. I don't know. There is a lot to do research about, but in general, right? But I would still wouldn't get in debt because of the farms. Okay.
Building is probably going to be worth more. 5 years or 10 years down the road, it's going to be worth more because it appreciates. It goes up in value. Even that piece of land that is worth $2,000 today, it might be worth $2,500 in 5 years. My point is this: if it goes up in value, cool. If it goes down in value, not cool. But here's the kicker: we live in
You wouldn't know about the future price, so you would know for the assets like that.
such a debt ridden society that everybody thinks debt is no big deal. Oh, just have debt and pay
It's a
payments,
big
not a
deal,
big deal,
huge deal.
because that's how America is. See, America wants us to believe the idea and the notion that debt is okay. Debt is just a part of life. It's just a part of the world. Look, America probably wants us to think like that because America is in nearly what, $37 trillion worth of debt. I don't even think you can imagine $1 trillion. $1 trillion is like 12 zeros. So $37 trillion is crazy amount of money that you can barely even fathom, right? You can't even think
Yes.
in terms of that big of a number. But that's the debt we working with. Matter of fact, America works off of a deficit every single year where we bring
Yeah, America spends much more money than it generates.
in and collect a whole lot, trillions less than we actually spend. So America lives like that. And because America lives like that and thinks like that, it's now cast that mind frame that debt is not a big deal. Don't worry about it. You're gonna live and die in debt. Don't even worry about it. That's what America does. Look, America revolves around debt. That's just how it is. There is a market out there. You heard of the stock market, right? But there's a market that's way bigger than the stock market. It's called the bond market. And
Absolutely correct. Bond market is huge. But you know what? Foreign investors trust America. Foreign investors believe in American debt, and foreign investors believe in bond market. Look at China. China owns these bonds. China owns significant amount of American bonds because even countries like China believe in American system, America in general. Uh, investing is like trust, right? Whether or not you trust these people, right? Whether or not you trust this country. So China trusts, China believes in America. That is why China got a lot of American bonds. That's a basic thing. But I don't think that you can compare people to countries because, countries have endless amount of money. Yeah, they can print out a lot of money, but they cause inflation. During the pandemic, you've seen that when America started printing out huge amount of dollars, and it caused inflation. right? Inflation started going crazy since then.
And the bond market is debt. A bond is a debt, right? If I go buy a bond from the buy a U.S. Treasury bond from the federal government, that government owes me. I just bought that government's debt. The largest holder of American debt right now, in terms of other countries, is Japan.
Hold on a second. I don't think so. I think it's I don't think it's Japan. I think it's China. Gotta look that information up. But in general, I think it's China. I'm not quite sure about. I don't know where he got the information, but in general, I think it's China.
So America owes Japan.
But I might be wrong. I'm not stating facts. And just that's a that's a information I got.
Japan more money than they only owe anyone else in the trillions, right? So we say Japan owns America's debt, right? Because when you owe somebody a bond, it's debt. So the debt market, also known as the bond market, is way bigger than the stock market. And you think the stock market's huge, right? In terms of wealth and money and how much is. No, the bond market is bigger. And the bond market is more complicated.
But bonds generally is the reason I give that bond is more, you know, much less of a risk, less risky asset. So that is why people believe in bonds. People usually compare stocks to bonds, and bonds typically um, are typically less risky. But still, there is a risk.
Than the stock market. But the bond market is just debt.
Yes.
It's the debt market. The debt market makes the world go round. That's why when you turn on the TV on Bloomberg News or Bloomberg Finance, they talk about the bond market just as much as they talk about the stock market, because the bond market is way bigger and it's probably almost more important because it's who owns whose debt. Guys, if you're getting any value from this video, do me a favor, smash the like button, and most of all, share this video with someone who. Back to the video. The world, not just America, the world revolves around debt. And so if the world revolves around debt, America revolves around debt, then the people in America are just going to think debt is a natural, normal thing. It's no big deal, right?
Which is huge deal. That is huge deal. A lot of countries, even countries, go bankrupt because of debt.
It's how we do business. And I'm saying that's cool if we're talking about, and cool for your personal finances if we're talking about debt on anything that's increasing in value. But it's not cool for you if you're talking about credit card debt, student loan debt,
Credit card debt has huge interest on them. Get rid of credit cards.
hospital bill debt. It's not cool when you talk about that from a personal finance standpoint, right? Don't worry about America cleaning up its debt. Let's clean up our own debt, in my opinion, the debt on things going down in value. See, if a country can go $37 trillion in debt and not trip on it, then guess what? That same country surely don't mind you going $100,000 in debt, $200,000, $500,000 in debt. The country, America, expects you to spend money that you don't have. It needs you to spend money that you don't have. And I'm saying, not me. I don't like debt, right? I don't mind debt.
Yes, me neither. I don't like debt either. It sort of puts you in a fragile situation. Basically, um, if you have debt, it's a huge factor that will hold you back in the future. Man, also, I want to be able to sleep well at night. I don't want to have something, in the back of my mind thinking about that. Man, this I want to live stress-free life. I know it's impossible nowadays, but at least I want to be even slightly happy about my situations. That is why I'm staying out of debt. I don't wish debt on anybody. That is crazy thing, man. I'm staying hell out of debt because I don't want to put myself in a risky situation. Your situation became fragile, so that is why I'm saying that. Stay the fuck out of debt because you don't want to be in a shaky situation.
I can tolerate debt on things that's going up in value, but otherwise, I don't like it. Now, that's the attitude I had to have get out of debt because I was in debt for years and years and years, right? I'm talking 3 decades or more. I was in debt. And America would probably like it if I stayed in debt for 30 or 40 more years because us being in debt keeps the machine humming. It keeps everything working and flowing like America wants it to flow. But me personally, I could do without it. Not a big fan of it. And on this channel, you don't hear me talking much about using credit cards. You don't hear me talking much about using debt to leverage and get other. You don't hear me really talking much about that because I would rather you jump out of the matrix, get out of the system. Instead of just getting in the hamster wheel like everybody else does, right? Get that car payment, get those loans, right? Get that 1% interest on your washing machine that you just purchased, right? Instead of, I would rather you jump out of that matrix and not be a part of that cog in the machine called debt to keep America flowing. I'm saying, personally, I would rather see you jump out of that and not be in that and only carry debt if it's going up in value. Like a
Which you would never know. Which you would never know if this certain thing will go up in value. You would never know about the things. You would never know about the things. Um, I think instead of getting into that, I think you should, put money on the side. Um, you know, uh, don't spend money. Keep your money. And after quite some time, it might be a year, it might be 5 years. Um, use the money that you have in disposal and invest it into your own business, right? Without that, don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Don't don't try to speed up the process. Keep money on the side. Start, saving money, and after that, without the debt, invest in your business, income generating business. I think instead of real estate, I don't think real estate is a good business. I think there are far more greater examples, far more better examples, rather than just that, or rather than just real estate. I think real estate is a parking lot for money. Yeah, it might go up in value, but in general, it's slow process. I would instead start saving money, right? I would start saving money, and after some time, it might be even 5 years, 10 years. After that, I would probably invest that money into my own business. I have stocks, I have shares in, a couple of companies. It gives me, not huge, but significant amount of returns. I have better ROIs. Um, but investing your own money that you saved up, keeping that in a stock market is far greater, right? Or you can just simply save it. Yeah, I know that there is inflation, but um, you know, 5% of inflation is not the bad thing if you compare to interest that you compared to the um, debt that you have, which you have to service your debt. I think saving money is far better. Waiting for a little while is better than getting into debt. Absolutely. There is a lot of ways you know, to deal with this type of things. Staying out of debt is just like basic principle. If you're in debt, um, there is high chance that, well, don't stop giving banks money. There is much smarter ways to deal with these things. I think being in debt in itself as a situation is just not a good position to be in.
a piece of real estate. And for me, I do have some real estate debt, right? On a primary residence and on 2 rental properties. I have a little bit of debt on all 3 of them, but they're appreciating. So I'm cool with it for now. In the next year or two, you'll see me come on here and talk about how I paid off the debt on a couple of rental properties because I do want to pay them off in a couple of years. But for now, I have vowed to myself to never take on any new debt. And I haven't taken on new debt since probably 2009 or 2010. And I probably haven't swiped a credit card since about 2011. I don't.
Which is good saying. Don't use credit cards. Pay with your own money. Pay with debit card. Pay with debit card. Again, debit. Not credit, but debit. Debit card. Pay with your own money for anything.
I don't really take on new debt. And because I've vowed to myself and to my own personal finances to not add bad debt, now I don't have any debt. But my income went up steadily and steadily. I understand the idea and the notion of using debt on something going up in value to leverage it to buy more things that are going up in value, other assets. Totally get it. If you want to play that game, you can play that game. There's nothing wrong with that game because these assets are going up in value. The only problem I have with debt is when you get it on something that's not going up in value. That can really destroy your wealth. Look, America wants us in debt. America wants to keep us in debt. We are the only, us being in debt is the only thing that keeps the machine going.
Yes.
Keeps us as a cog in that hamster wheel constantly going. That's debt. Look, if you have debt and you like debt and you think that you're always going to be in debt and you don't mind carrying debt, I'm not mad at you. I promise you, I'm not mad at you. I realize and understand that there's many different ways to get to wealth. My way is just one way, but there's other ways and other possibilities to get to your financial freedom. And everybody's not going to do it the way I do it. And that's the one thing that sometimes when you talk to people about money, they don't understand. They think it's only one way to get there, and it's my way. I don't believe that. If you decide to use debt and you use credit cards and things like that responsibly, it's totally up to you. It's you.
A lot of people are irresponsible, even if they say they are responsible. In majority of cases, 99% of people are irresponsible. I've seen them. I've seen them. I talk to them. Man, they say that they are irresponsible. Next thing you know, they will buy an iPhone, uh, you know, and get into debt. I mean, they just get into debt uh, just because of iPhone, right? They buy stuff with credit card, which is stupid. I know a person who bought his wife brand new iPhone, the last iPhone. I don't remember which iPhone it was back in the days, but dude paid with credit card for iPhone, and you have to factor in that credit card has crazy interest on it. Man, what the fuck? You have to pay bank, pay back, pay back the debt, loan. Man, this stuff is crazy. Consumer debt is stupid.
Your choice. But on this channel, I can only give you my opinion and what I think and what's actually worked for me and got me to financial freedom. And it hasn't been.
Well, financial freedom, I think everybody should strive for it, right? You don't want to be working your entire life. There is a thing called the life. You want to live a life for at least a little bit. If you're in debt, you wouldn't afford yourself a retirement. I know a lot of people who cannot afford themselves a retirement because you have to know about inflation, crazy inflation, money in your individual retirement account will not cover your basic spending, right? Basic expenses. Plus, if you're in debt, man, you'll work forever. I don't want to work forever, man. I'm a young guy, but it's still, even now I think about retirement, and I don't want to be working when I'm 60, 70. Man, if you're 60, or even if you're 50, you don't want to be working at 50, 60. Man, it's crazy. Your health's declining. You don't see anything. You know, you're always tired. Man, a lot of people never get to leave when they're 50. Some people even die because of heart disease, because of a lot of factors. But man, a lot of people don't even live a life because of debt. Stay the fuck out of debt.
Debt on things going down in value. But it has been debt on real estate, which has helped me build wealth because real estate typically goes up in value.
Yeah, but there is a lot of factors. It depends. Uh, Location is the number one thing that will. The location is the number one reason why it might go up in value. But I wouldn't bet all my money, especially the bank's money, on real estate because it's way too slow. I'd rather invest in my own, you know, e-commerce store, like online business, sort of this sort of things. But I wouldn't bet all my money in real estate because it's way too slow. You, you want to reap a benefit of your own labor, so real estate is way too slow.
Over a long stretch of time. But I'm not mad at you if you use debt. It's totally your choice. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on debt. If you got anything from the video, smash that like button and share the video with somebody you know.
Okay, so that's it for today. Please follow me on Blue Sky. I got Blue Sky account. Oh no, no. Oh, here it is. So follow me on Blue Sky. I got Blue Sky account. I have Blue Sky. It's Elias Sungara. Go follow me on Blue Sky. Um, Follow my channel, my YouTube channel. Um, so I would much appreciate if you follow my channel. Please subscribe, leave a comment under this video, please. Okay, okay. Thank you very much for watching this video. Much appreciated. Thank you. Till next time.